Hi guys, so today's video is not going to be about makeup or beauty products or hair or fashion or anything like that, but it's going to be about something a little bit more personal. Today I'm going to be talking about confidence, and I'm not really sure why I wanted to do this video so bad, but I just have recently been feeling kind of like compelled and really wanting to make a video all about something like this where I can really talk to you guys about some of my personal struggles and give some advice to you about how I have become the person I am today. First of all, I get comments sometimes, not like all the time, but I get occasional comments that say, Lindsay, you seem like you're such a confident person, or I love how you're so confident despite what people say. I just really like how you seem confident to me. And truthfully, sitting here today, I can honestly say that I am a very confident person, and I am extremely happy with the person that I am. I have just learned to accept myself and be confident in myself. So I really want to talk about that because it took me a while to get to this point. I have not always been confident. I have gone through a lot of struggles and a lot of times where I just did not feel confident at all, and it has taken me a very long time to become the person that I am today and accept myself. But once you feel that and once you reach that point in your life, it's so hard to go back because you are just so happy with yourself. First of all, I feel like the hardest part about being confident is yourself. It's not what other people say, although that's a part of it too. It's really just yourself and the struggles that you have with yourself, the things that you point out when you look in the mirror and just say, this is what I don't like about myself, this is what's wrong with me, blah blah blah. Anything like that, that's the hardest part to overcome, is just replacing those negative thoughts with positive thoughts is the hardest thing I think to overcome, but it can be done. So there's that, and then the other side for me is, as I said, other people and what other people think about me, and that's also something I struggle with, but I've gotten so much better recently about that. That's been something that is so hard for me to overcome because I am on the internet. I make videos, I have 150,000 subscribers, and people are mean. Some people, there's a very small percentage of people that either don't, obviously they don't know me, but people that don't like me, and they enjoy pointing out my flaws and saying anything they want that's wrong with me and enjoy making me feel bad about myself. And that's just something, if you have a YouTube, you can definitely relate to that. People are just mean, and people are going to point out things that are your biggest insecurities, and it really does hurt. It takes such a strong person because I've been making videos for over 2 years, and I am still not completely at that point where what people say, like what haters say, doesn't get to me. So that's something that has been a huge struggle for me. So for example, as most of you guys know, recently my skin has cleared up, and I'm so incredibly happy about that. If you watch my videos, you probably know that for a few months, like June, May, April, all that time, I was going through a terrible period where I was just breaking out so badly, and I'm going to talk about that in some kind of other video. I think it was related to the fact that I had mono and my immune system was fighting mono and could not fight my skin, because when my mono went away, my acne went away. So that was a completely horrible time for me, because I literally had such bad acne, and that hadn't happened to me since before I started making videos. My skin hadn't been that bad in a really long time, so it was so difficult because I still had to make videos. That was a really long time period, and I would go through weeks without making videos, and I would put on so much makeup to try to cover it up, but you could still see everything, and it was just terrible. And the worst part is that I knew how bad it was, and then I would put up a video and I would get so many comments pointing it out, saying, what's that stuff on your face? It looks like you have a skin disease. Does anyone see all that stuff on her face? Your skin looks disgusting. Why don't you go wash your face? Blah blah blah. Every single thing in the book that you could say mean about the fact that I was breaking out, people did that to me. That was one of the hardest things that I've ever had to go through, because it was just, I knew that I was breaking out, and I was doing everything I could, everything in the book to try to make it better, but nothing was working for me, and I still had to make videos. I wasn't going to stop making videos because I was breaking out. So that was something that was so hard for me, and as I said, I went weeks without making videos, or I would record a video and I would watch it back on my computer, and my skin looked so gross that I would not upload a video because I knew that that was all people were going to be focusing on. It was all I could focus on, and it was just terrible. It was so embarrassing for me. and it was just horrible because I couldn't do anything about it. I was literally going to the dermatologist every single week and nothing was helping. So that's something recently that I've gone through that has been really hard, and I've struggled with acne for years and years, and I go through phases where my skin is really great and I'm so happy with it, and then it breaks out again and it's terrible and I'm really self-conscious about it, and it's my biggest insecurity. So that's something that I have seriously struggled with, probably the biggest thing. I know a lot of girls struggle with body image and things like that, and obviously like I have body image issues too. That's not my personal biggest concern like it is for some people. My biggest concern would be my skin. Everyone has different things and different insecurities, you know what I mean? So another thing that used to really bother me when I was younger, but I've just learned to accept about myself, is the fact that I have super naturally pale skin. I use self-tanner all the time, so you guys never really see how pale my natural skin is, except for usually I don't use self-tanner on my face, so my face is pretty accurate, but I have extremely pale skin. I do not tan, I burn, I freckle. It used to drive me crazy because all my friends, we would like lay out and all my friends would get super tan and I would just like, nothing would happen to me. I would never get tan. I know that's something silly, like some people are just tan and some people are just pale, you know, everyone has different skin colors, but it really did used to get to me because most people had some sort of a tan and I was just super pale, and that's another thing that just, I mean, as I said, it sounds kind of silly, but people would comment about it and say things about it to me, just like, why don't you get tan? Why, oh, that sucks so bad that you just burn so easily, or just like, why do you have so many freckles? Just stupid stuff like that. It's just like, that's my skin type. I didn't choose it. I can't change it. I can't force myself, I can't force the sun to tan me, you know, so I have to do fake tanning if I want to be tan, which that's totally fine by me. It's not even hard and it's a lot safer for your skin, so I love self-tanning. But that's another thing. And there's just those days where you wake up and you look in the mirror and you're just really not happy. You start pointing out all these flaws that you have. Like for me, it would be like, oh, look at my skin, blah blah, I'm so pale, look at all my freckles, just things like that, and or my hair looks so terrible today, just like, ugh, I look disgusting. No matter how, you know, much makeup I put on, I still feel like I look gross, just things like that. And I feel like a lot of girls struggle with things like that. Anyway, I'm talking about all this stuff, but the main point that I want to make is, with all of this stuff that I don't like about myself, there are things that I do like about myself, and there are things that we all should like about ourselves. It's really hard when you have all those negative feelings and you're just feeling really down about yourself to become positive and to feel good about yourself. It's really hard, but you can do simple things. Like something that helped me and that I think would maybe be helpful to you guys is, the next time you go in the mirror, don't look in the mirror and point out the things that you don't like about yourself. Look in the mirror and point out the things that you like about yourself and that you love about yourself. Like maybe your hair looks really good, or maybe you were blessed with amazing skin or amazing eyelashes or really full lips or really tan skin or just beautiful eyes, anything like that. And it's not even about physical appearance. Like that's just seriously such a small part of being confident and being who you are, but I think that affects us so much because what we see is our physical appearance, and that's kind of what our confidence is mostly based on, but it shouldn't be. Your confidence should be based on the person that you are, and if you're happy with yourself, then you should be a confident person. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard to become happy with yourself when you just don't like the person that you see, but if you just, as I said, start doing those simple things, like looking and saying the things that you like about yourself. The biggest thing I want to get across, and how I really did start to become a more confident person, is, I don't know if this happened, I don't think it was like a one-day thing, I think it was kind of a process, but I learned to accept myself, and I learned that, you know, the person in the mirror, that's what I was born with, that's the person that I was made to be, and I shouldn't be trying to change that, or I shouldn't be thinking negatively about that person. You just need to learn to accept it and learn that that's the person that you are. That's the amazing person that you are meant to be. And that is the biggest thing, because once you accept yourself and just realize that there's things that you can't change and this is the person that you are, you start to embrace those things and embrace even your flaws. And you really start to become such a happier person. And that's what happened to me. As I said, it's not a one-day thing. It really does take time. but you just literally just stop focusing on what you want to change about yourself and your flaws, and just accept yourself and say, this is the person that I am and I'm going to make the best of it. And once you do that, I promise you, you will be so much happier and you'll be so much more of a confident person. I know there's things that we all want to change about ourselves, but you know what? That's not important. I'm not trying to say don't change yourself, but I'm just trying to say more accept yourself and say, this is the person that I am. I'm a great person. And once you realize that you're happy with the person that you are, everything goes up from there and you're so much of a happier person and your life gets so much better, I promise. So if there's something that you want to change about yourself, like you think it would make you a happier person if you lost weight or something like that, then you know what, go for it. And when you do that, you will feel so much better. So if there's a huge change that you want to make, you know, and you think that would make you a happier person, do it. But don't do it just for other people or because you think this is the way that you need to be. Do it because you want to. If you don't need to be doing it and you don't really want to, you just think you need to do it to fit into society or something like that, then you're not going to be happy even once you do it. I really hope that makes sense. I just want you guys to know that everybody struggles with things and everyone has insecurities and things they don't like about themselves, but also everyone has great things about themselves and you have so many amazing things about yourself. So to you watching this, I want you to know that you are beautiful. You are an amazing person. You don't need to change who you are, and you just need to accept yourself because this is the person that you are. You're a great person, and that's the key, as I said, is just accepting the person that you are, and you will be so much happier. I want you guys to know that everyone goes through struggles. Everybody has things that they don't like about yourself, and I'm not telling you to just think, you know, like, oh, I'm perfect. But, you know, just seriously look beyond the negatives and those little things, because people don't, you are just nitpicking at these things and making yourself feel bad about yourself, when the truth is that most people don't even notice the small things that you notice about yourself. I know you guys have heard it before, but beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. Every single person is beautiful in their own way, and your flaws make you a unique person. If we all looked the same and had tan skin and blonde hair and blue eyes, there would be nothing exciting. Everyone would look the same. We were made differently so that everyone could be an original person, and you are an original, amazing person. And there's so much more to confidence than, as I said, the outer looks. There's so much on the inside, and it just starts with, as I said, accepting who you are on the outside and accepting who you are on the inside. Just know that if you are a good-hearted person, you are going to get somewhere. You're going to have so many friends. So many people are going to love you just for the person who you are. Just know that it's not all about like looks. That's such a little part. I think I seriously made this video about 30 minutes long, so I'm gonna go ahead and go, but I really wanted to make this video, and I hope that this was helpful to some of you guys. I got so like scatterbrained. I really hope I got my point across. Just know that it all starts with accepting and loving yourself, because once you love yourself, then all other people see that and they can love you too. So that's just basically the gist of what I want to say. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and like it down below and leave comments. I would love to talk to you guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.